Welcome to the Naked Truth. Shackle Fox. That sounds good.
Hey, Negro, come here. Bring me another picture of that Shangri-La. Look here, waiter. Hold the garbage.
Now, when I was a young boy, at the age of 5, my mother said I'm gonna be the greatest man.
All right, folks, we are back. You're listening to Naked Truth with Shackle Fox.
Congratulations, you got it right again.
And I'm here, and the voice you hear over there is JoJo, the Sigma.
I'm just some dude, so I won't get fined.
And we were just talking about exactly what's the cheapest date you ever went out on and had a blast. I had a very good time. And it all worked out. So, JoJo, what's the cheapest date you went on?
I want to say $5.26.
Damn, you spent the whole $5.20?
Yeah, well, you mean taxes, so I had to pay the 26 cents. So it was I want to say $4.70 some change, so $5.26, and we had an absolute blast.
So what does one partake in for $5.21?
Coffee.
Okay. That's not a date. That's more like a meet and greet.
How is it not? What makes a date and not a date?
I know where you're going with this, and that's not a date. That's more of a meet and greet.
No, what's a date? What makes something a date? You have to make it official, like, hey, this is a date. And even this particular thing was a date. It was called a date, so therefore it is a date.
So basically, you guys just met up, had some coffee.
We had a date. That was the idea.
Was this like a church group or someone from the church?
No, it was no
choir?
church. It was no church group. It was just a test model.
So you guys got full of caffeine and Starbucks air and had a good time.
Had a blast.
Discussing politics and religion and all those good things involved. Starbucks talk.
Her parents and how much she didn't like her daddy. The whole thing you would get on a regular, well, I guess your definition of a date, I got on this date. All the valuable information that I would need, I got it there at a good price, might I add.
So no food involved.
Nah, she wasn't hungry, and I wasn't either.
Just caffeine, coffee.
Caffeine and coffee. Okay, tell you what. So if you went on a walk, is that a date?
Yeah, it's a walk.
But you didn't spend anything. You just walked. So that's 0.
Walk around the park.
That's a date.
That could be an excellent date.
All right. And you spend nothing. So why is that more of a date than what mine is?
Because you're spending time getting to know each other, walking around a park, enjoying God's nature.
The activity.
The flowers and the birds and the butterflies, the random dog that walks up and she can bend down and pet the doggy, all that good stuff that people do in parks.
Man, look, it's the same thing. I did the same thing you did.
But you went and got full of caffeine, which harms your body. And I can imagine 2 people sitting in one spot, not moving, no dancing, no walking, just sitting idle, just.
What if you sat at a bar?
Filling themselves up with caffeine.
What if you sat at a bar and drank? Alcohol's not good for you. You're sitting at a bar, but that's more of a date than what mine is apparently.
Hey, Jesus drank wine.
All right. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I think it's all a date, but you all of a sudden had these restrictions that.
Well, come on now. And the millennial, that Starbucks is more of a meet and greet spot now, not an actual date.
What is not a meet and greet spot nowadays?
The bedroom.
But that's not a date. It's going to you.
Come meet me at my house.
Yeah. But at the same time, any restaurant's a meet and greet, any event is a meet and greet, everything's a meet and greet. So the mere fact that this is a coffee shop doesn't mean it's not any less than anything else.
What's that? You got meal? Isn't that what they did? Meet and greet at a coffee shop?
Yes, meet and greet at a coffee shop. Yes. Cause there's no pressure, man. That's probably the best reason why I use it. Because there's no pressure for me, or pressure for me, or for pressure for
As
her.
soon as that coffee's finished,
Yeah.
I'm ghost.
Yeah.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. The whole point of it is to really just to get to know somebody and have them be comfortable with you and you comfortable with them. And if you're in an environment that fosters that, then it's a win for everybody. Plus, you didn't spend $8 trillion.
Yeah, I think that's the way that
All right.
internet does now. Just meet at a coffee shop, have a cup of coffee, and background each other on your laptop and see if we're a match.
What we call those, plenty of fish POF dates.
Meet and greet.
I call it POF dates. You can always tell too, because one comes in with this nervous look. Usually the guy first. You would think the woman would come first. So, to check it out so she knows just to bail, if it just ain't what she's supposed to be. But they never come first. I've seen more in a few of these.
Well, they supposed to come first.
Yeah, supposed to. You would think. I think they would, but they don't. But whatever. They do things different, not doing. But I mean, they'll come in. They have a little way to be checking on their phone, but they have the aura of like, I don't know what I'm about to see, aura. And then they come in, and that's how you know they'll call Sarah, Michael, and then and they sit down.
It really cracks him up, huh?
Yeah, it does. Because I know what's going to come next. They're going to talk about their exchanges online, what he said there, and what she said there, and ask about pictures that they posted up and what they were doing compared to the picture. And you would think that I'm going to start talking to you like we were on a date. Like, what do you do for a living and how, but they always talk about their online life in person. It's just the weirdest thing to me.
Right.
And one of them's always more into it than the other, by far.
Yeah, it's always gonna be one is attracted, the other is so, not all the way into it.
Yeah, but when I see the POF date, it's like between a 2 and a 10.
Yeah, so what they should have did was met at a bar, because the caffeine is just gonna make your senses even better to not be into it. Find out this person is a slob. But if you met at the bar, that slob could have possibly gave you a couple of drinks, and what you wasn't into before you start drinking, about after that 5th drink, you're going to be all in.
Yeah, it sounds good, but I think in practice, you don't want to do it.
That's why they say always meet at a coffee shop.
Yeah, public place.
A Starbucks.
Mm-hmm. Told you. See how my method of doing things makes way more sense?
Not really, because I'm really not a coffee drinker. So
now we're down to the meat of it. You're just not in the coffee. That's what it is. So it's not about my idea of being good or not. It's just that you just ain't into coffee.
I like coffee, but when you're trying to go out on a date, coffee is probably not the best stimulant that you would like to go into that situation with. You don't want to go there looking like you're on meth. The caffeine got you so hyped up.
Caffeine does not make you look like you're on meth.
Caffeine can really hype you
make
up.
All right, Jeff Sessions. What else makes you look like you're on meth? Damn it.
Get enough caffeine in you, you look like a crackhead. You got some issues. And then you're trying to date the person who's just as hyped as you are. That's going to be a weird conversation,
I had a meeting today with a woman who doesn't drink coffee a lot. But she did drink some coffee, and she would have more energy. But her sense of humor was on fleek. Like, she was just roasting me. Like, she never roasted me before, but she would just own it. You know what I'm saying? It was funny to me. I don't mind taking a couple of darts. I'm a big boy. But she was just comfortable, exchanging verbally, having fun.
Really?
Yeah, having.
You know her?
Well, yeah, we worked on a project together, but we've never really met at a Starbucks like that. But she said, I don't drink coffee. And so she took a couple of sips, and next thing you know, man, she roasted my shoes, roasted my shirt.
That caffeine got her.
Got her. But I was laughing, but we both were having a good time,
Okay.
So it does have that effect. And at the end of the day, you're just trying to get to know a person. And the best way to do that is for them to let the guard down and get comfortable. And it's in a place where you've been before, probably, and there's people around. So you feel like your life ain't in danger, nothing like that. And you can hit the red escape button anytime, the panic button on your keychain if it get crazy. So win. I think it's a good thing, But I'm not a big baller over here, big baller brand over here. So who go lobster dinners and stuff and long walks on the beach.
I say go to the park, take you a nice walk around the park, and what's the worst case scenario? You guys lose a few pounds, walking around. Maybe she need it. Maybe you need it. You're doing the hardest service. Get the blood pumping, just walk that lap.
Well, I'm assuming that you know this person in order for to walk around the park, right?
No, if you just meet someone for the first time.
No.
You have to know.
You are damn near in the forest by yourself with a person you don't know. All right, you say so.
A forest? I didn't say go to the national forest park. Just go to a neighborhood park.
Ain't nobody
Walk
around. About 2-3 people around, man. So good. Ain't nothing can save
You
them.
go to the city park, and believe me, there will be some people there.
I mean county park. I don't know about the city park.
They might be the residents, They might be sleeping on benches, but there's some people there.
There's safer ways to do that, bro. If I was a woman, I wouldn't do it. Not the first time. Unless I know you. Like if I don't know, work with you, friend, somebody, I know you,
Well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
When people first meeting, women really don't like to be stereotyped into a situation to where you pay for everything on the first date. Don't get me wrong. There are some will probably let you pay for everything on the first date, second date, third date, fourth date, through the whole relationship. They got those out there. But when you meet someone, generally with the same ideologies as you have for as dating, like the Starbucks situation, they're going to go Dutch. They're going to say, okay, you buy your coffee, I'll buy my coffee, and we can sit and talk and see how we gel, how everything goes.
Dog,
That's the first date.
Coffee ain't no more than like $5, if that.
Exactly.
I think she'd be cool if I paid for the coffee.
Okay, that's very good. Most guys do pay for the coffee, but you have those individuals who you pay for the coffee today. Okay, well, let's go out again. Okay, now you guys at a restaurant and they order the biggest steak on the menu, and you know damn well you can't eat all that steak. What you on that steak for?
Watch me, you gotta be like, I turn it like my gal don't eat no steak. She eat order for it. She eat this chicken salad right here, and she gonna have some Dr. Pepper.
And she gonna say, no, I don't like Dr. Pepper.
Oh, you like Dr. Pepper
and
today?
I don't eat chicken salad.
You'll love this chicken salad. Thank you.
I had a friend went out with this person, and he took her to the steak restaurant. And I'm like, I would never take someone on a second date to a steak restaurant. What were you trying to prove? And the girl only maybe took about 3 bites of her steak, ate most of her mashed potatoes, and got a doggy bag. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to take that steak if you're not going to finish it, because you got a doggy bag. And the chick was, no, I need to take this home so it can get ate later. He was wondering, what do you mean it can get ate later? Chick had a dude at the house, and the steak was for Tyrone that's sitting at the crib waiting for y'all date to be over so he can eat.
I'll blame your homeboy for that one. First of all, if he'd known her any better, he would have picked a better spot to eat. I mean, because some people aren't into steak like that. They probably would have went seafood or Mexican or whatever, for one. And for two, you gave her the food. It's her food. You bought it, but you gave it to her. So she could do whatever she wanted to do with it. She can go home and give it to a dog if she want to.
You are definitely right, but I have to agree with my homeboy. Yeah, dude, $45 steak. She took 3 bites. Yeah, that steak need to go home with you.
No. See, also had he went on a cheap little coffee date, he could have vetted her and figured out what type of chick this is. So I even know, should I even invest in doing all that?
Exactly. But
that's why you had but see, he didn't do this job with the first date.
He probably did go on a coffee date, and he probably paid for the coffee.
Of course, he probably didn't ask the right questions either. You gotta ask those second level questions.
What second level questions?
Second level questions like, okay, so you try to figure out what other things are going on in her life. And then you have to ask, here's how you do it. You ever took those tests when you apply for a job and it has you fill out those questionnaires?
Those random questions?
Yeah, but ask you the same questions
over and over, different ways.
Exactly. They do that for a reason because it works.
This is an honest person or this is a bold-faced liar?
You go find out.
You're one or two of those things.
You go find out. So he got to say, okay, so what do you do when you get home from work? Well, I go home, I watching on TV and I could. Okay, so
You gotta ask him real quick though. What do you do when you get home from work?
yeah, and so you talked about other stuff. You know, you go to church with. So what do you do when you get home from church? It's the same.
Well, sometimes I have to wash his clothes.
Who's he? Oh yeah, I have a son. I'll go. How old is he? They start to slow down. Then that's okay. You even be good about it. Like, you know what? Hey, you try to pull a fast one. It's all good. So you know what? I'll get you another coffee. You know what I'm saying? Because I caught you. Bing, 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 bing. I caught you. You buy you another coffee. Now we can talk real on you. So look, how you feel about cheating? Then the question turns to the right question.
Right.
The game of beast out here, man.
That's what you do on your meet and greets?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Golly, man, that's some very.
It's 2017, man.
You got to have some strategy now.
It's just, it's 2017.
Just can't go in there with your Huckleberry Finn plaid shirt
you know what
and
I'm saying?
a leather belt and khakis.
With your bow tie on.
You're taking advantage of.
Yeah, with your little heaven ring around your head, with your angel wings on, thinking something. Nah, you get eaten alive.
Yeah, women don't want a Richie Cunningham these days.
No, not unless they have like 3 kids about to get kicked out their house.
They want a Fonzie.
Yeah, a Fonzie. Hey.
They want a Fonzie. They want a Fonzie with a big thumb.
They want a Fonzie from the 5th to the 29th. From between the 30th to the 5th. They want a straight up square.
Why those dates are
rent
relevant?
dude.
Oh, rent.
Yeah.
They want a Fonzie gonna pay their bill.
They rent a beast.
They want a Mr. Bookman. If that's the situation, they want the bills paid.
Mr. Bookman, showing your age.
Fonzie don't pay no bills.
Who's Mr. Bookman for those who don't know?
Mr. Bookman is from Good Times. Isn't that right? Good Times?
You tell me. It's your show.
Yeah. Oh, golly. You don't know Mr. Bookman?
Man, you was in high school when it came out. You tell me.
All right. Mr. Bookman is from the show Good Times.
Okay.
Florida and James Evans.
Oh, okay.
JJ.
I
don't know the sister name. She was fine.
Yeah, she was.
And look, gay brother Michael.
Was he really gay? In real life?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to say if he was or not. I don't know.
You called him. You just said he was.
Mannerisms,
Mannerisms.
Dudes have mannerisms that really give you away.
Well, maybe he just got feminine mannerisms, but be a straight person. It happens.
Yeah, it happens. I mean.
You say Prince is straight, right?
I don't talk about the dead. Yeah, I don't discuss people that's not here anymore.
Well, that's fine. I'm just asking, it's just a small little opinion about it. Because you would say that his mannerisms are one thing if you believe that he is.
That means they don't go either way, I guess. They everything. You wearing pumps, perm hair, skin tight pants, ruffles in your shirt. I mean.
Do you have okay, well, one is, you just can't use mannerism just to assume that somebody's one thing or the other. But whatever. But even still, when you go on these excursions, as you call them, you do have to do quite a bit of on demand research in a sense. So that means that you probably don't want to risk a lot of time or money into something you don't know, because life has gotten fast now,
Right.
So you just want to know, do I need to spend time doing this, or do I need to toss the ship and go on to something else? And the quicker I find it out, the better it is for everybody. So it ain't these whole walk in the forest or these long walks on the beach while you jamming Dash Band or something.
Yeah, man, you can still walk in the park, with a female.
Yeah, you can.
A woman, you can grab your guy and go take a walk in the park.
But there you go. You're a guy and you're a woman. That means y'all have already agreed to some things. So it's not a date. Because you're not belonging to anything yet on a date. It's just person A, person B. We don't belong to each other. We're dating. But when you say that means you belong to something, which means
you can meet a person at the park.
Yeah, you can.
And take a lap around, lose a couple pounds, get a little sweat.
You really like this park thing, huh?
And, I like the park because, women come with all the skies. makeup, hair done, hair did, all type of situation. That park gonna sweat it out. Get you a good walk around. You find out any situations happening.
Oh, so we're using the same thing. We're using the same, try to get some truth serum out of this situation. I use coffee shop. You use a park.
Sweat that base makeup on and see them tattoos on the neck, all type of stuff.
Tomato.
Exactly.
So we doing the same thing.
Yeah, but that coffee, man.
Yeah, but that walk in the park, man.
One leaves you healthier and the other one leaves you hyped.
Ain't nothing wrong with being hyped.
Okay.
This adrenaline when you're walking around the park anyway, it's a real rush. The runner's rush, they call it. The walker's rush. Same difference.
Right. Well, I guess if you're on a cheap date, which the internet says you should do when you meet someone, if you're meeting someone on the internet, which is dangerous, let you guys know. You meet these women, or you women meet these guys on the internet, you better hope it's all good, because some bad things have been happening on these internet meetings. Murder, robbery, all type of situations.
You a Tinder guy?
No, I'm not a Tinder guy.
Oh, so you were looking for love. And that was a thing. Because
when it first came out?
Everybody went to that phase at some point.
Okay, so you was walking around with the monkeys, huh?
What?
You was walking around with the monkeys from the internet. I seen a lot of people walking around with monkeys. I know you got that one from Google.
I was just asking what people's preferred method was. I never really got into it. Mainly, I felt it was commoditizing people, and it just wasn't a thing for me.
It was having people wrapped up into that one site.
Yeah, no, to a package. Like you shopping for food. It's what it seemed like it was. Like, you comparing products, wasn't she has it, but she, I'm like,
Right.
yeah, it just felt weird.
Well, you know what? I got some friends that actually met each other on the internet, and they still together to this day. I mean, sometimes it worked.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a disaster. Sometimes it's not good at all.
See, I think what happens is that it uses a program to figure out what you like, but it's a program. Program could never know what you like as a person,
Right.
So by that it's going to be wrong anyway. So, but if you be smarter than that, if you did, then coffee would be wonderful. So what's most you lose?
Well, JoJo says coffee on the first date.
Mm-hmm.
The cheapest date.
Yep.
Coffee.
Yep.
I say, let's go walk the park. And there's no money spent, period. Just a little sweat.
Well, at the same time, I think she really has to trust you to a level to walk with you in a park where she can just disappear.
I ain't say New York City Park.
It could be any park, man.
I'm just saying the city municipal park.
Man, you watch the news, man. People disappear in parks all the time.
That's going to be hard to do with all these winos and drunks hanging around.
Here's what I want to
benches.
know, ladies. Do you want to walk with a person on your first date on somebody you really don't know that well in the park?
Make it a Saturday, 11 o'clock in the morning, walk around the park, get to know each other.
Cool. So, cause you can file a missing person report in 48 hours, is it?
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. So by Monday, people will be ready to file a report to try to find you.
It's going to be hard to disappear with all those little bad bastards running around the park, kids, snotty nose going all crazy in the park, dogs running loose, owners chasing dogs. You won't disappear.
Stranger things have happened. People disappear in public all the time.
And if there's a good walk, guess what? You could always go and have lunch.
But now it's not cheap anymore because you're having lunch.
Yeah, but see, that's not the first date.
You saying it like
that's a continuance of the date.
That's one date.
That's not the
That's
initial.
one date.
That's not the initial.
It's not.
Situation.
You don't divide it up by activity.
Well, she gonna go home, take a shower. You go take a shower at your house.
As long as y'all together, it's one activity.
Oh yeah, but you separate it.
But once if I meet up to you and I walk with you, then I go have lunch. That's all one date.
That's true. But if you meet up and we walk together, okay, and then all of a sudden you plan something else because it went so well. Let's go lunch today.
Right.
Okay, well, I first got to go home, take a shower. Okay, we're good. Let's meet up again. We're meeting again at 2:30.
Separation doesn't make it a 2-day thing. It's all one date, man.
No.
Because you're going to talk about it in those terms.
If you leave and go back to your place of residency,
No.
the date is over.
Now you go talk about it in those terms. 'Cause when I asked you how'd your day go, man, we went out walking and then we went and got lunch. What you gonna say? You ain't gonna tell me we went home and changed clothes and came back. You
Well,
gonna say
that's what happened.
no? This is what you gonna say. Somebody ask you about.
I met a girl at the park and we had a nice walk. And then I said, well, why don't we go and
You ain't gonna say all that when you tell the story.
okay, well, this is what I would say. I met her with someone, went walking. It was nice. And then she went home. I went home, took a shower, and then we met back up.
You is not gonna say. You
That's
try
the
to make your case from after the fact. No, man, I know that's not how people talk about these things.
What they say? We went
They say,
had
man,
a park.
we went on a walk with her in the park, and after that we had lunch, and then
That's not true though.
that's what happened.
But that's not the exact event.
You ain't gonna cut out. You ain't gonna include everything.
Well, that's lying.
You ain't gonna include everything that happens on the day.
we went walked around the park, and then we went to go eat lunch, and then that was it.
Exactly.
No, that
For the most part, that's what
somebody's
you're gonna say.
So you went on your first date and got funky and stanky, and you went straight to lunch, all sweaty and foul smelling.
That's called a follow-up question. And they may ask that, but you're not going to include all of that. In other words, you can't say the amount of detail you put in something makes something a date or not a date. I mean, you spent almost a day together. That's the date. That's the whole day. You can't be like multiple dates just because we did different things.
I disagree. 100% disagree.
You're being very technical in this
That
conversation.
was a 2-date situation.
You're being very technical in this conversation. I was starting to see that.
I'm just saying.
Splitting hairs, man. you were splitting gray hairs.
It's impossible to go walk the park, get sweaty, and then go straight to eat. That's just downright filthy.
It can happen.
Well, those are filthy people.
And you
that
walked.
does that.
You didn't run. You walked.
It was hot outside.
You didn't.
You could just get outside and start sweating.
But if it's
in the
like
summertime.
if it's February, it's what, between 40 and 60 degrees.
But this ain't February. This is May, and this is the springtime. It's hot during the
So
summertime.
you took her out to eat. So that means you paid what?
We went Dutch. She paid for hers. I paid for mine. See, we're not at
You're
that.
talking some imaginaries. That's what I'm starting to notice. You talking a made up situation. I'm talking about things I actually do.
Okay. Actually do?
Yes.
This is what would actually happen.
No, what will actually happen? No, what has actually happened.
Okay. What you saying what will happen or what's
I talk
already
about
happened?
my experience is what has actually happened. You talk about what ifs, woulda, coulda, shouldas.
Okay. Well, I'll give you.
You can't compare woulda, coulda, shoulda against the actual event.
Okay. I'll give you the actual event.
Hypothetical, as they call it.
Okay. This is not hypothetical. This is actual fact.
Okay, cool.
Factual speaking.
All right, we're listening.
We went rode bikes at the park.
Okay, look at
All right?
you.
After we rode the bikes,
Mm-hmm.
we went and got something to eat.
Cool.
After we got something to eat,
Mm-hmm.
she went home, I went home.
Cool.
That's actual facts.
Then that's a date. One date. One long
That's,
date.
that's one long date.
That's my point.
But
That's
we didn't
what I was
separate.
saying.
We didn't separate. We just went,
Even if you
rode bikes. And after we rode bikes,
okay,
we
fine,
get
whatever.
something to eat.
All right, fine, whatever. Now I can get in the weeds about this. So the point, I see you do outdoor things a lot. So you know what? Actually, you probably would have done better online had you included stuff like that in your profile. Likes to go bike riding, loves to take walks in the park. That's perfect internet dating profile type stuff.
Really?
Yo, yeah.
That sounds like serial killers to me. I mean, perfect
Which is my point. Is what I was saying. Sarah Collins has been missing for 7 days. Last time she was seen, she was with Shackleford on the bike ride.
She went to the woods.
You want Dr. Pepper, Mr. Fox?
I drink Coke.
Then you crack it open. The next thing you know, your head go folding into shit. I pushed this fell to the water. She couldn't swim. She couldn't float. I thought everybody floated, but she didn't apparently. And so I just ran.
That was a long fall.
It Well, yeah, I guess it's not a cheap date. You pay with your life.
All right. Well, I guess if you want to go on a cheap date, first ever date, don't even know the person, shouldn't really be on a date with the person because y'all don't even know each other.
But how much do you know somebody when you ever meet them? Anyways, people are complicated, man. So I mean, I can understand because of what I do for a living, you know. So
That's kind of weird.
yeah. Well, I tell you what, it throws people off in the beginning.
Yeah, I bet it does.
but then they start to enjoy and get a good kick out of it. Yeah. Especially when I go to networking events. I do that all the time in networking events.
Really?
Yeah. I go to people like I've known their whole life. Like, John, what's up, dude? Because they had that name tag on there. I have to look at the name tag. I'm like, John, what's up, John? What's going on? He's like,
Who the fuck
who
are
is
you?
this black guy talking to me?
Hey, guy, I got friends looking at us. Don't get too close to me. John, I haven't seen you since the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, those some bitches still married?
Yeah. I've even done that. I've even made up things. Like,
Who you talking about?
John, yeah, remember the last time we talked about eating going to the alligator farm, and you said you wanted to go to the alligator farm, but you was afraid of being judged. Remember that we had that conversation? No? Maybe it's the wrong joke. Anyways. But you know what I get? What happens though? After the event, throughout the entire week, I get emails. And they'll always say, hey, Joe, man, it was great meeting you. Your energy was awesome. And if you need anything, let me know. Yeah, I get like almost everybody I met, they'll email me.
Really?
Works.
That's pretty good. I'm going to try that out.
No, I don't suggest you try that out.
They gonna call it crazy form for me.
I think I get away with it because I'm a nerd and I'm a pretty harmless person. Looking at me, right? And then, I'm small, so I can kind of get away with that. You neither of those things. So I think those are you'll come out a little crazy, man.
They gonna pull out their guns up.
Yeah,
Get
man.
away from me.
Breaking news tonight. Shaka Fox was shot at a networking event, but he came up to me. He just put his hand out, tried to hug me, so I just blew his brains out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's gonna happen.
No, you right. And they tried a different technique.
Well, what do you think about? So we already know cheap dates work for different people, different ways, and to actually first introduction to the opposite sex or same sex or whatever your cream of the coffee may be. You could do park situation or you could do coffee situation.
It's a bunch of different things you can do.
You can just jump in traffic with each other on Westheimer and talk for a couple hours sitting in traffic.
You can do that. It's probably better than sitting in traffic. But the whole point,
don't have gas.
The whole point of it is like I said, we talked about social anxiety and we talked about pressure and things like that. So whatever you're trying to do is just alleviate that as much as possible so you can have a solid, good experience. So it's like a warm up to the first date, so to speak. Even though technically it is your first date.
Okay, well.
It's 2017, man. I mean, Trump president is stressing everybody out, so you gotta try to make things as easy as you can.
I think people going crazy 2017. 'Cause my friend, it's gonna be hell to pay.